Have you ever wondered what really happens when you make a call in Lagos and it instantly connects you to someone that is far away in Anambra? Or how your Instagram loads within seconds, even millions of people are on it at the same time? It feels like magic, but really it's not. Behind every call, every WhatsApp, every stream of Afrobeat music, every streaming on TikTok, it's an invisible powerhouse called the telecom infrastructure. Think of it like as Nigeria's digital highway. Towers, cables, powerful systems, all working 24/7 to keep the life moving. Without it, no video call, no WhatsApp, no Instagram, no TikTok, no mobile banking, nothing. Today, we are breaking down this invisible network and showing you how it silently keeps Nigeria connected and powers this digital life that we all can't live without. The essential pieces that are possible for you to be able to call, browse, stream almost everywhere in Nigeria. Let's talk about it. First, let's talk about the mobile towers, right? I'm sure you guys must have seen all these masts that are rising above our rooftops, right? They act like digital lighthouses, always transmitting and receiving signals from our phones to the network. Basically, they ensure that our service never drop, the calls never drop. Irrespective of where you are, you're at home, you're in your office, you're in the church, you're in mosque, even when you are moving from one point to another. For example, you are going from the island to the mainland, these cell towers are the ones that ensure that you never lose your signal. You are always connected, your calls never drop, you keep browsing. How? Because they keep handing you over from the cell tower to the next closest cell tower to the next closest cell tower, and that is how your services never drop. Next up are fiber optic cables. They are this incredibly thin strand of glass that carry huge amount of data at the speed of light. Just think of them like as digital highway. They are like the highways of the internet. They carry huge amount of data and information from one town to another town, from one city to another city, from one state to another state, from one country to another country, from one continent to another continent. They are that big deal, and they carry this vast amount of information very fast, and they are very quick. So they are like the backbone of the telecom infrastructure. Technically, as sweet as the fiber optic cables sound, they are usually very expensive. So what about the areas where fiber optic cables can't get to, either due to the cost implication or just due to the terrain of those areas? That's where the microwaves come in. The microwave dishes are those round antennas that you see on the cell towers. They beam data and transmit data wirelessly from one cell tower to another cell tower, so they don't transmit data through cables. They are usually used in rural areas or communities that the operators can literally not afford to lay cables to those places, or generally areas that have issues with their terrain, for example mountains and hills, where it is usually almost impossible to lay cables through them, or it is very expensive to lay cables through them. However, the microwave towers are very useful in such situations where cables cannot get to. So they still make sure that areas that should normally not be connected still remain connected and are able to transmit data with almost the same quality. At the heart of the telecoms network are data centers. Now, these are powerful facilities that are filled with systems, servers, computers generally, that route your calls, route your SMS, route your USSD transactions, and just make sure they keep you connected to the internet. You see, everything you do from your phone, either you're trying to receive a call, or you are trying to make a call, or you are trying to send SMS, or you are sending texts or messages on WhatsApp, everything you are trying to do that I already explained earlier that connects you to the cell towers through the fiber optic cables are all in the means to connect you to the data center. The data centers has all the content that you are watching on YouTube, all the content on TikTok, all the SMS servers are managed in the data centers, all the calling voice services are managed on data centers. Data services, the packet switching, the voice switching, the SMS, the USSD transactions, all are managed in data center. So for me, they're like my favorite. My first day in these data centers, I'm just seeing this huge amount of cables and servers and computers, and I was like, wow. So basically, every app you open, every call you make, and every video you stream relies on these intricate systems working together, often in the blink of an eye. So next time you pick up your phone, remember, behind every digital moment is a vast, powerful network of towers, cables, and dishes working tirelessly to keep you connected. So yeah, let's do some practical now. You want to make a call. As you press the call button, your voice literally translates to a digital signal, then is sent as radio waves to the nearest cell tower. Now, the cell towers transmit the signal to the backhaul network. The backhaul network could either be the fiber optic cable or microwave. You remember what I told you about fiber optic cables and microwaves. Now, the fiber optic cables or microwave now transmit this signal to the mobile switching center. The mobile switching center is like the server that is in charge of voice switching, and they are in the data centers, which I already explained earlier also about data centers. So what the switching center does is basically to check the destination of that call, where the person is. For example, it checks if it's an on-net call or an off-net call. If it's an on-net call is a call within the same network. Say MTN is calling MTN. Or is it an off-net call? An off-net call is MTN is calling Glo. That is different network. But basically what it does is to check the number destination and sees if it is the same network or the other network, and immediately routes it to the switching center of the receiving number. If it's the same network, all well and good, but if it's another network, the call hops the receiver's network's switching center, which then delivers the call to the receiver. All this happen within seconds. You won't even know. Now, how about data? Let's talk about data. Let's take, for example, you open a YouTube app and you want to stream a video on YouTube. The same way the voice call is, they are transmitted. The request, like HTTP request or TCP request, a request goes from your phone to the nearest cell tower, which transmits to the same backhaul network, the fiber optic cables or the microwave link, but now goes to the packet gateway. When it gets to the packet gateway sees that it's, in this case, a YouTube content, routes you through the internet to the Google servers, which is in some data center somewhere around the world. Then the Google servers retrieve the content like graphics, images, videos back to the packet gateway, and the packet gateway delivers it back to your phone through the backhaul network, and that's how you're able to see the videos and the pictures on your phone. So the next time you stream a video or send a message, remember, a vast invisible network of cables and data centers is working tirelessly to bring the world to your site. But why does it all matter? Telecom infrastructure is the backbone of Nigeria's modern economy. It lets businesses reach customers, students access global knowledge, and doctors provide care remotely. Mobile banking and fintech apps empower millions with financial services, e-commerce, ride-hailing services like Bolt and Uber, and the creative industry all depend on these mobile networks. It's creating jobs, driving innovation, and opening new opportunities. In summary, calls, messages, and video chats are powered by this invisible engine, right? As the network grows, so are the possibilities for every Nigerian. The future is bright, and it's purely built on this digital foundation. If you find this video interesting, click the like button and drop some comments. Tell me the part of the telecom tech that you are still very curious about. Subscribe to this channel and follow for more videos like this. I'm Naijatelcoguy, and see you on the next one.